Perfect timing. I just shared our stream to lots of people. So, welcome everyone to All for England's live stream. We're happy to be back. Just before this low, I lost my hair, didn't I, Alex? Because half an hour before coming on stream, my internet decided to go down in my house. Decided it wasn't working anymore. So, I am on mobile data. So, if there's, a bit of dysfunction, it's because I'm on mobile data, so bear with us. We're going to try and get through this quicker tonight, aren't we, Alex?
Yeah.
You can see my dog in the background causing mayhem as usual, but dogs are part of the family, so he is welcome to join the stream. So let's get to it, Alex. We've got lots to discuss tonight.
Absolutely. A lot to get through tonight, and we're trying to speed run this because we're trying to make the most of Ashlea's mobile data right now. So let's get into the first item. First, I'd like to say, obviously, we all know about the Nigel Farage news. We are going to get to that. We will get to that on Thursday, though, because we want to wait and see for all the info to get out first, all the news about the Clacton by-election. We will be covering that on Thursday, so same time, but on Thursday. Our first news item for today was this. I'm sure everyone's seen the video. Two-tier justice row as police arrest white man assaulted by black men. This is in Birmingham, I believe, Birmingham. The video's gone absolutely crazy all over social media. Everyone's seen it. Policewoman charging at and arresting this white lad on his own after being assaulted by a gang of black thugs. And it's absolutely an insane watch. I'm just going to play it quickly. Let me just add that.
Do not fucking punch him right behind. Put your hands behind your back.
Yeah, so as everyone can see, absolutely disgusting. No better example of two-tier anti-white policing, wouldn't you say, Ashlea?
Absolutely. And as a parent of a young white lad, that just infuriates me, because what this says now is if you're a young white lad in this country, you are not safe. If you're getting attacked by gangs of migrants, we will side with the migrants. If you're getting attacked by a bunch of feral Africans, we will side with the feral Africans. That's what the police are saying. And that foul-mouthed wretch of a police officer, should not be a police officer. She clearly could see what was happening. The white lad was being attacked. I saw in that video who was attacked by multiple black men or black lads, and yet the police officer's first instinct is to run after the white lad and apprehend him. It's absolutely a joke, but it just goes to show if you're a young white lad in this country, the police aren't on your side. They never will be. They are actively working against you. And I believe now that the police are actually trying to prosecute the young white lad in question, because obviously in that moment he swung a punch because he thought it was someone else attacking him, as you would, when you're getting attacked from all angles. But you could see on that video, as soon as he realized it was a police officer, he stopped, immediately calm. Yet the police are still going after him, despite the fact that they didn't go after the Africans, that were viciously attacking him. Like, not one bit. Because imagine if those police didn't turn up as well, what those savage Africans would have done to that young white lad. Just imagine what they would have done. They wouldn't have let him go without serious injuries, because we know how they work. They work in packs, like animals, and they would have savagely beaten him. So the police are a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. And I just feel for all the young white lads across the country that watching videos like that thinking that could be me, and it might be me one day as we see the demographic shift in this country. So what do you think, Alex? I think it's disgusting and it boils my blood.
No, it was absolutely horrendous. It's just, it boggles the mind. It's absolutely baffling. That woman police officer, she made a beeline for that white guy. You saw that she charged at him at such speed and hostility that he actually bashed. You can hear him bash against the grill on the shop. You can hear it clanging. And of course, the guy's just been attacked by multiple people. And if you charge at someone like that, they're disorientated. They think that they're still being attacked by this horrific, savage gang. And this woman arrested him. This police officer arrested this white lad. He did nothing. He was defending himself by from a pack of thugs. And it just, imagine if, I hate saying this because it's such an overused phrase, but it's the truth. It's the truth. If it's any other race, what would the media be saying? What if it was any other race? And I know it's overused, but it's overused because it's true. Because if it was any other race, if this kid wasn't white, if it was 5 angry white lads attacking the black kid on his own, which is also wrong, not condoning any sort of violence, and the police attacked the innocent and arrested the innocent black guy and let white thugs go free, it would be all over the media. They would be causing havoc. It'd be Black Lives Matter this, Black Lives Matter that. But no, we don't hear any of this, do we? The only reason we've heard of this incident is because of social media, because of platforms like X and others that have allowed people to share this video freely and show what anti-white scumbags Birmingham police really are. And this lad on his own should know that he's got the whole patriot community standing up for him on his side when he goes, and because they're still charging him. They're still charging him with assault against a police officer. I wouldn't call that assault. You call that assault? You call that assault? I wouldn't even call that a tickle, let alone assault. If that's assault, you shouldn't be in the police. You can't hack it. It's absolutely right.
Maybe this is why we shouldn't have 5'2" women police officers in the police force. Maybe this is why, if you consider that assault. But no, young lads around the country, young white lads, know that British patriots and nationalists are behind you every step of the way. If the police won't protect our own, if the state won't protect our own, we will protect our own.
Absolutely. And as I said, the only reason we know about this incident, or anyone in the country knows, is because of social media. Something that brings us on to our next topic, is that something that the media, the government want to essentially control and dominate and censor with all their might in this country. Social media is the only reason we knew about the Henry Novak killing and the disgraceful anti-white police response yet again. The "I don't think you have, mate" response as he's drowning in his own blood after being stabbed by a savage Sikh with his kirpan or whatever it was, his knife that he's legally allowed to hold because of his religious status. We wouldn't have known about any of this if it wasn't for social media. And now they're trying to ban social media for under 16s. Which would mean we all have to use our ID to sign on in order to implement that. We'd all need to show our names, addresses, everything ID to access social media. And now the government are telling YouTube and Facebook and other platforms to bury any sort of independent content creation, any independent news media, and promote the BBC, Channel 4 and ITV at the expense of everybody else. And it's so obvious what they're trying to do, isn't it, Ashley?
Oh, absolutely. They're trying to control what narrative that we are fed, because obviously with social media now, we see what you just said. We see what happened with Henry Novak. We're seeing what happened with this young lad, from Birmingham. We're seeing attacks across the country where white children or white people are the victims. Yet you never see these in the media. You never see these in the news until it's on social media, until the people viewing on social media make it a big deal. And then the news know they've got to run with it then. But like YouTube said, they will have to, with these new laws, prioritize mainstream media on their algorithm. So then independent medias aren't seen as much because they want to control everything you see. They don't want the public being angry. They don't want a backlash, for this multicultural experiment that's gone wrong. They don't want a backlash for that. They just want you downtrodden, living in your homes, paying your bills, paying your taxes, and not complaining. They want the people to shut up. And the problem with having social media is everyone's got a smartphone now. They put out a video and it can get millions of views, and they don't like that. They don't like us having the control and taking the control back from the media and the establishment, how it's always been. That's why a lot of the elderly people, continue to vote Labour, because they don't have social media and they don't see, what we see going on. And it's why the youth now in this country are so radical, because they're seeing it and because they've grown up in a time where they're simply hated for being white. And I didn't grow up in that time. I didn't grow up in a time where I was hated or demonized for being white. But children today that are like 16, 17, 18, that's all they've ever known. And this is why Labour and the government want to, put a ban to different things on social media. They want the youth off social media.
Exactly. And I'm not particularly one. I don't want children using social media particularly, but that's the point. The government needs the cheese in their mousetrap. And there's a lot of people out there who say the same, that social media, children shouldn't be on it, that kids should be kids, let them be children before getting onto social media and being, seeing all this stuff that is really meant for a more mature audience. Well, I say mature. You wouldn't say that if you saw the messages we get on social media. Sometimes you wouldn't think it's a mature audience, So, but in all seriousness, it's an issue. It's a concern that a lot of parents and a lot of people have in this country. But what they're doing is they're not doing this for the kids' benefit. They're doing this for more control, to shut off what they can see. Because it's interesting how they lower the voting age to 16 all of a sudden, but now they're saying anyone under 16 can't have social media. So everyone up until that point, until they're 16, could not have accessed an alternative narrative or ideas on social media. They've only heard the mainstream media opinion, because up until 16 they're banned. And as for everyone else, like I said, it links back into this digital ID thing that they've been banging on for a long time. First, it was ID cards under Tony Blair they wanted to bring in, and that was completely trashed. But they keep trying to bring it back in different ways. And this is what the social media thing is. They want everyone's ID connected to their profile, watching what you say, tracking who's saying what, because you can't implement this under 16 ban without checking everyone's ID. And the under 16s are smart enough to get by it. They'll all get VPNs.
100%.
And the government knows this, so because I think they want to ban VPNs in the long run. They want total control over any sort of freedom, any way of bypassing their narrative, anything that they control. They want total domination, and they want to get rid of anything that allows you to come free of their control. And now they're doing it with YouTube. And it's funny that YouTube didn't actually want this. YouTube has actually been against this, which is, we've seen a shift from the old YouTube of maybe 10 years ago, who were banning patriots left, right, and center, who have now, they're not totally for free speech, but I have to admit, I have seen a lot more patriot content around on social media allowed and not banned than I have in a long time, than I have ever seen. And now YouTube is actually defending independent creators against government censorship. And that's got to be complimented, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. I think YouTube and other big businesses, like you look at X, Elon Musk buying it, have realized that the tide is shifting all across the West. So if you're going to, clamp down on the right wing or patriotism and so forth, or independent media, you're shutting off probably larger than a 50% audience reach there, because people across the globe are getting far more conservative, far more populist and right wing. So from a business perspective, they can't be in support of that anymore, because it harms their business. Look how many YouTubers and auditors we see on any given random day. It's like, go out on a Tuesday and I bump into an auditor. It's a huge, huge thing. So yeah, good on YouTube for calling it out and for giving people the information for people to go and complain to their MPs and to the government and stuff. Good on YouTube for doing that, because we need independent media. We need independent thought. We need people to see all opinions, every side of the argument. I remember as a kid, my mum saying, read every side. Only then can you come to an informed choice, an informed opinion. And that was probably when I was about 8. My mum was giving me that advice. But I still do that to this day. I look at both sides, and I know what I'm going to think probably at the end of it, but I still, try to look at both sides of an argument. But the establishment does not want kids rebelling, and that's what's happening now. So yes.
Definitely, yeah. It's again absolute. It's so obvious to see. I mean, I don't know if they think we're all stupid or if they're stupid, because the people of this country are definitely not stupid. They're seeing it with their own
Yeah,
eyes. I think it's a bit of both. I think the government thinks we're stupid, but they are really stupid because they
yeah,
think we can't see what they're doing. It's
yeah,
so obvious what they're doing, and I think it goes to show that, you know, if people feel down, if people think there's no hope, if there
yeah.
was no hope, why would this be necessary? Why would they need to implement these new rules? They just keep going as it
Oh,
is and let things
exactly.
take its course. Let us all fizzle out if it was inevitable that
Yeah,
we are going to lose. It's inevitable that they're going to lose. That's why they're getting wind of it. They're shitting it, for lack of a better term. And this is
100%.
why they're bringing in these rules.
Absolutely. They're trying to, they know we're on, we're on the right steps. They know we're on the right tracks. They know we're getting to a point where when we come together as white Europeans, we're going to become unstoppable. And they can see that. And that's why they're coming out with all the big guns now, But it won't work. We will win.
Exactly. It will never ever work. Success is inevitable. You will never bet against the English. That's what you always tell me.
Never.
Actually, never bet
I
against the
do
English.
say that to you. Never ever bet against the English. We are a warrior tribe. We will take our country back.
Absolutely. Like I said again, sorry about if we're being too quick for you tonight, but we are rushing because of Ashley's internet problems. We could go
I'm
down at
actually,
any minute.
I'm
So
actually quite surprised I'm still online at this point. I'm
yeah,
actually quite surprised.
I'm quite surprised too. It's quite
Yeah, because in the past, Alex has seen it with my mobile data and my hotspot and stuff. It lasts about 3 minutes usually. Because I said to Alex before we came on, I said, if I get cut off, I'll be back on. Just like hold the fort. But I'm quite surprised. I probably just touch wood. I probably just jinx something now.
yeah, we've probably screwed ourselves
Yeah,
now,
touch
haven't
some
we?
wood, Alex.
I'll hurry on to the next topic then. Next topic. This was really disgusting to read, and we read a lot of horrific news items in this business or in this field, of nationalist politics. You read a lot of nasty things about what's happening to our country, but this was really punch in the gut type of nasty.
Yeah.
This disgusting piece of filth, who, for again reasons because we're on social media, I cannot say my true feelings about this piece of filth, lest we get banned across the board. But I'm sure everyone in the comments and who are watching can imagine my feelings towards this vile, disgusting excuse for a human being, and I wouldn't even call him that. He was promised he would be deported, but not, is it really any surprise to anybody? This piece of filth, this grooming gang leader, who they actually made the Three Girls series about, the Three Girls series, where it showed the horrific reality about the grooming scandal, the rape scandal in this country, the Islamist rape scandal. It showed the truth about it. He was one of the main villains, disgusting, vile monsters that was being portrayed in that series, and now he's being released and he's not even being deported, despite the fact that his families were promised. So
How insulting, though. So, first off, he rapes our girls. He rapes white English girls, as if that's not bad enough. But then we, the taxpayer, have to pay to keep him in jail. So we have to pay to keep him in jail, despite the fact he's raped our girls and he should have got the rope. That's what the punishment should have been. He should have got the rope. Like, that's the only fitting punishment, for a savage rapist like this. That's the only fitting punishment. These people can't be rehabilitated. These people can't change. And that's what the prison system's for. The prison system's there to rehabilitate people. But how can you rehabilitate someone that thinks it's okay to savagely rape white English girls, on a mass scale? How can that be rehabilitated? It can't. So first of all, we wasted taxpayers' money by keeping him alive. We did. He should have got the rope. In so many other countries, that is what people do. That is what the governments do in so many other countries for vile rapists like this. We just happen to be too soft as a country. But now, like, what a slap in the face to his victims, that they're probably taxpayers now. They're older now. They've had to keep pay for him to be in jail, and now he's going to be roaming the streets where he committed these hideous crimes. What a slap in the face to those victims. And that is just the government saying, do you know, you might be the victims of gang rape, you might be the victims, do you know, of grooming gangs, but we don't care. That's what the government's saying to these victims. We do not care. And this is why we need nationalists, do you know, at Downing Street. This is why we need nationalists in power and taking control, because nationalists do care about our people. We love our people. If we saw our girls being raped, you know, we'd put the perpetrators to death. That's what we would do, because our girls mean more to us than any of these savages that come to our country and think they can treat our daughters this way. It's absolutely disgusting. And what a slap in the face to the victim. Makes my blood boil. But you can see, looking at his picture, do you know what a savage he is? You can see it in his face, can't you? Do you know what when you can see evil in someone, there's no remorse there. Do you know when he was arrested? There's nothing. He's a monster. Do you know, he shouldn't be free to breathe, never mind roam the streets. Absolute farce.
Exactly. I mean, you're totally right about that. You can just see it in their face, can't you?
Yeah.
It's the same as that's why they didn't release that Axel Rudicabana photo
Yeah.
after Southport, because you could see that lifeless savagery in his eyes, like a shark's eyes. There's no life in it, and that's an insult to sharks, I'd say, comparing a shark to scum like Axel Rudicabana and this piece of excrement. It's absolutely awful. It's like his victims apparently were as young as 12. As young as 12. Imagine that. That's barely out of primary school. These sick, evil, twisted monsters are walking the streets of our country. This one soon will be walking the streets of our country, because our government's got no common sense. It's got no courage. It's got no backbone, and it relies on the votes of the community that these people come from, the community that stood by while these monsters were doing it. That's the difference between our communities. In white communities, if we hear a peep of someone in our community of abusing kids, that guy's not in that house for much longer. I'll leave it at that.
100%,
you know, in real white working class English communities, if anyone catches wind of anybody, regardless if they're from the same community, if they're within our race, we deal with our own trash. Okay, we deal with our own trash. It's time for these people to start dealing with their own trash, because our government won't deal with them.
Trash out, does it? Let's be honest, trash doesn't take other trash out. But yeah, you're 100% correct. This will never fly in a white English community, never. But why we have these savages here to begin with, I don't know. Rape is a life sentence as well. Like, this is where the state fails all rape victims. A woman or a man, even anyone that's been raped, right, will have to live with that horror and that fear and that disgust for the rest of their lives. They don't get break from it. They don't get respite from it. They've got to live with that every day for the rest of their lives. But you're going to give these savages, you know, a few years in prison and then let them roam the streets. Where's their life sentence? Rape victims have a life sentence. So where's the life sentence for the, you know, the perpetrators, the savages that are committing these acts? It's absolutely disgusting. In so many other countries, you know, these monsters would either get put to death or they'd at least get a life sentence, you know, for these types of crimes. It's disgusting. And it really, I just feel for the victims, all of those girls now that have been a victim of that monster or any other grooming gang monster, you know, because they'll all have the same feelings towards them. I just feel so bad for our girls. You know, they never deserved it, and they don't deserve this, you know, and they're not going to get peace now. And it's disgusting.
Absolutely. These monsters should never have even been in the country in the first place. You know, shouldn't have been here in the first place, but they were brought over here. And then on top of that, they go around committing these horrific acts upon native English girls. They've done nothing to deserve this. They've done nothing. No one could ever deserve such a horrific experience, especially such innocent children, innocent English children in their own country where they should be safe, where their government, where their police should be keeping them safe. And they were all betrayed by these institutions in exchange for monsters like this and their communities, because they operated openly within their communities. Their communities knew. Their communities knew.
Like, there was a protest. It was last year sometime. It was in the north of England. I can't remember where it was, but Billy Moore covered it. And there was actually Muslims protesting because one of their relatives got done for rape, and they were protesting in support of their relative. And then they had the cheek to comment on what the girls were wearing. Like, you monsters, you pieces of shit. Sorry for my language, but like, these women were mothers as well, do you know? Mothers, and they're commenting on these victims of rape and what they're wearing. I just couldn't believe it. I don't care if a white English girl walks down the street naked. She doesn't deserve to be raped. Like, it's absolutely horrific. The mentality that these communities have, and do you know, the coping mechanisms they'll come up with to excuse what their uncles or their brothers or fathers do is just insane.
It's absolutely true. I mean, this is normal back where they come from anyway. This is normal behavior. So to them, it's like, oh, what's the big deal? Well, it's not normal in Europe or any civilized society. It's not normal in Europe. It's not and it's certainly not normal in England. And it's not tolerated anymore.
No. There's going to come a day of reckoning, though. We all know it. We all sense how this country's going. And like we've said many times, right now we are still pushing for the peaceful option of remigration. But there's going to come a time in this country where the English fight back. That it's happened throughout history. There's a time when the English fight back, and it's going to happen, and it's not going to be pretty. But I'm putting my bets on right now. My money's on the English every single time.
Every time. We're going to move on to our last topic of the evening. Like I said before, our shows are normally longer. So if this is your first time tuning in, we normally go for about an hour. But we're like I said at the beginning, we're speed running this one. So because we need to make sure we make the most out of Ashlea's dodgy internet connection.
Remember, though, I do have my my drug dealing SIM card. That's what, you know, I always say it's a drug dealing SIM card. It's like a mobile. Who else has like a mobile?
Pakistanis.
Yeah, exactly. I actually bought it from one of their shops as well, because I was desperately trying to find a SIM card where I had signal everywhere. And it's funny, I go to them. So
beggars can't be choosers, can they?
You know what? They've got one thing right, and it's that SIM card.
Yeah. We'll keep the SIM cards. We'll deport them, though.
100%.
Our last topic of the night is a bit of good news to end the stream on. Village victory. Migrant street plans will not go ahead as Home Office dramatically U-turns after furious local backlash. Now, I wanted to speak about this, not just because it's nice to see a bit of good news for once in this country, but it shows what communities can do if they know how to protest correctly, if they know how to fight these things. If these things pop up, we have to be on them quickly, and we have to fight with all our strength against it, whether it be petitions, protests, leafleting, everything to make as much noise possible to get all the attention, and everyone saying, we don't want this here, we don't want this anywhere. And these are the results that can be achieved. This whole community is now safe from illegal migrant criminals moving in next door to them in £250,000 houses each. I must say, this is what they were getting. But thanks to decent patriots and decent local people who clearly knew what they were doing, this completely got scrapped really quickly in the light of other campaigns that I've seen.
Oh, absolutely. And like you said, this is when people know how to organise quickly and effectively. So like we've said on past streams, but there might be some new people here this evening, I'm not sure. All for England, the organisation that we run, is set up simply to help patriots across the country organise effectively, protest effectively, and make real change in their communities. So say if you're living, I don't know, in Staffordshire, or you're living in Berkshire, or wherever you're living, if you want to start protesting your area, but you don't really know where to start, you don't know, do you know how to go about materials, literature, banners, you don't know how to really use social media to be effective to get people to go along to your protest, become a member of All for England. And we hold monthly workshops. We're announcing our first workshop next week, so keep an eye out for that. But we run monthly workshops on protesting, direct action, electioneering, public speaking, you name it. we offer those skills, because what we've learned in our 16 years of politics is how to run things professionally, how a uniformed protest has much more appeal to the public than anything else. Obviously, last week we spoke about a very poorly led protest that was quite embarrassing and did the movement no favors. Whereas we want to give you the skills and the know-how to run successful protests. So, like the story Alex has just shown, you can also be effective in your area. So if something comes up, you can kill it dead before it becomes a problem. But only by having the know-how and the skill and the ability can you do that. And it's so important that protests look professional, because yes, anyone can just put on Facebook, I'm doing a protest on Saturday, everyone turn up, everyone turns up, great, you've got the numbers, but it doesn't look appealing. And you've got to think, then you've got to go away from that protest, create videos for social media to continue the protest, to make it a long running thing, to protect your areas from future threats. And this is where we come in. We will give you every single tip, every bit of knowledge you need, and we will help you every step of the way. Even if you want, we've got a very large social media presence. What we can do is share your protest relentlessly as well. You don't have to do it under our banner. You don't have to be all for England. You can run it under whatever name you want. You know, that's your prerogative. But we will share it. We will create it with you. We will support you. We will be your backbone. We will be anything you need in politics, because we do have 16 years of experience, and we might as well put it to good use, because all we want is our people to survive and thrive. That is what me and Alex want. You know, if there was another group in this country offering what we're offering, we wouldn't be here right now, you know, because it wouldn't be necessary. But we saw there was a gap in the market for something that was missing. We saw something missing and we thought, right, we'll address this. We'll use our know-how to address this issue. And we just want to support you guys. So wherever you are in the country, if you're a nationalist, you are our brother, you are our sister, and we want to support you. When nationalists come together, we are so powerful. So powerful. And I can't wait for the day that nationalists up and down this country, regardless of what political party or what banner they currently stand under, when they come together, then we will save our country. I truly believe that. And it doesn't mean you have to come together as one party, as one group. It just means you've got to work together. You've got to support one another. You've got to back one another, because we're all in this fight together. It's about our children surviving. And there's nothing more important than that. That is the most important thing, the most important fight we'll ever face in our lifetimes. So now is the time. So head to allforengland.org, sign up as a member. Next week, our first workshop will be announced, and it's for All for England members. So you will get an update about that. The first workshop, I won't tell you what the first one is about. I'll leave it as a surprise for next week's email. But go to allforengland.org, sign up as a member, sign up for news updates by email, and you won't be disappointed. We're here every step of the way.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm very excited to get started on our webinars. I'm looking forward to speaking to people who want to get involved in nationalism, people who may have never been involved in anything before, people who may have been involved in things before but maybe want to, you know, refresh some skills, have some new ideas, get back out there. Do something independently for themselves, organize a protest locally. Whether you're new or you've got experience, you're welcome to come along. It's for every single member of All for England can join it, like Ashley said. We'll be sending out emails to everyone who signed up as a member, so there's still time before that email goes out. And it's just great information for people who want to start doing something in their community, start doing something professionally, giving you that foundation so you can take nationalism into your towns and your cities, in your areas. You know, start getting your neighbors on board and getting your friends on board, because nationalism, it's rising all across the country. And we're happy to support it everywhere, and we're happy to support it growing everywhere. So we look forward to meeting everybody in that online webinar. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Absolutely. I've said that 5 times. That's how excited I am.
That's how exciting. No, I think it's going to be really good. And like, I just thought as well, if you're in an area that doesn't have a migrant hotel, or there's not proposed migrant housing, or there's not HMOs, or there's no specific issue that you see that you could protest against, but you want to still do something and you still want to have an impact, we've got ideas for that as well. You could just run simple remigration campaigns, get everyone in your area familiar with the term of remigration. We can help you with leaflet branding, leaflet design. We can help you with the text. We can help you with anything, anything you want, even if you don't see a specific issue, but you know you want to turn the tide and you want to be part of nationalism. Come to us. We've got the ideas. You come to us. We'll think of something. We'll get you on the right track. You tell us your area and we'll help you. This is the best thing about All for England is, despite the fact, yes, you are a member of All for England. If you're taking part in the webinars and stuff like that, you are a member of us. But we're not a political party. You can be Restore, you can be Reform, you can be whatever you want to be. That's not our issue. You know, we don't care what political party you're a member of. You could be a Tory if you want. We might think it's a stupid choice, but you can be what you want. Do you know, free will and all that. So yeah, we're here to help you. You can be part of all these different other groups that still exist, and still be a member of All for England. Because all we want to do is professionalize nationalism in this country and support one another. Because the last time we had a truly great country was when we had real community. And obviously, with the changing times and the fact we've got the internet now, community does look a bit different. You know, community is sometimes online, and community is sometimes in group chats, and it's sometimes on webinars. But we want to create the community that our country did have, like in the 50s and in the 60s, you know, when this country was amazing. And we want to create that again because our people deserve it. And only when we work together will we win together. And we must win. It is so, so important. For thousands of years, our people have been fighting to survive. They've been fighting to pass down something to their children. We can't be the generation now that doesn't fight. We can't be the generation that rolls over and hands everything over on a platter to these foreigners that never belonged here in the first place. We can't be that generation. We are English to our core. That blood runs through our veins, and there's nothing more powerful or more special than that. Being English is to win the lottery of life. It truly is. And we are a magnificent people, magnificent. And I just want everyone in this country, everyone, you see how big I'm smiling now. I just want everyone in this country to feel that, to know that, to work together. When we're together, we are strong. And I can't wait for the day that we all come together. And this is why we created All for England, because this is what we truly believe. We truly believe in our people and our country and our survival, our history. We believe in all. Do you know, this is something we feel. It's not something we talk about. It's something we feel. And me and Alex have said many a times, this is what we're destined to do. We know it. We know this is our destiny. Nothing else in life has appealed to us. Nothing else has felt right. It's because this is our destiny, to fight for this glorious country, to restore England to what it once was, so our children can carry that torch, carry that legacy, and pass it on to their children. Do you know, because England is worth fighting for. Absolutely, England is worth fighting for. So go over to allforengland.org, sign up as a member, get involved in our webinars. You will be pleasantly surprised by the webinars. You will be. Do you know, you'll go away from it. You might think already, well, I know how to do a protest, or I know how to leaflet, or do you know, you might think that. But when you take part in our webinars and you see what we're actually teaching you or offering you, do I say teaching? It sounds a bit, you know, like a bit interesting. What we're offering you, what we're sharing with you, you'll be pleasantly surprised. And we want you to win. Like I said, you don't have to do it under the All for England banner. You can do it under your own banner, under your own name. We want you to win. We want you to succeed. We want you to be your own success story. We're just here to give you a helping hand, you know, as nationalists should. Let's all back each other. That for too long in this country, our people, you know, haven't worked together, and there's been a lot of infighting, and there's been very little unity, and there's been people nitpicking, like, well, you're not exactly like me on this political issue, or you're not exactly like me, and so forth. And I'm like, But who cares? As long as we all want the English people to survive, we've got to look past our differences. We're never all going to think exactly the same. We're not. But if we've got that one common goal of England surviving and thriving, then we need to work together in some capacity. Do you know? And this is why we're here, isn't it, Alex?
It's absolutely right. I want to give you a round of applause after that, because that was absolutely amazing. That was absolutely 100% what we stand for. I could
Practically
really
gave
feel
a
that
speech
passion
there.
there.
Practically gave a speech. I might as well have been stood in Piccadilly Gardens. No,
But,
I just want that wasn't intentional. Let me tell you, I can just talk, guys. I've got the gift of the gab. But no, I want people to feel it. I felt it from a very young age. Like I've said before, my mum said to me when I was a kid, "You've won the lottery of life being born English." And she just lit a spark. She really did. She probably didn't even think much of it. You know, she just said it in a passing comment, but she lit a spark in me because I was like, really? Oh, I did, didn't I? and, then, and then I took that and I ran with it. Like
well,
that was
I must have won second place, because I was born Italian ethnicity, but in
yeah,
England, so I won sort of second place in the lottery of life. No, but
absolutely.
I always say this to people: I'm proud of my ancestry, but the English are a brilliant people, and they should always be the majority in England, and their culture should be the dominant culture in England, and celebrated, and you know, spread across the whole country with pride. It is amazing, and from I don't know how anyone else can sit there and not stand up and fight for the English people. You know, the amount of history and culture and genius these people have brought to the world. And as an ethno nationalist, and I know you are as well, Ashley, I want every European peoples to be the majority in their own country. The Italians, the majority in Italy, and the English, the majority in England, the French, the majority in France, and the same for everybody else. That's what ethno nationalism is. And I am very proud to be standing here with the English people, helping to the best of my ability to try and save them from being replaced in their own country. Hopefully, there's an English lad, maybe 25 years old, who was born in Italy, who's helping the Italian cause in my place.
That'd be interesting to find out, to be fair. That'd be quite
Yeah,
interesting.
we can do a
But
swap. We can take to.
yeah, take turns. No, but like Alex is obviously Alex has just said, and he said this before, he is ethnically Italian. Do you know he's never hid the fact? You can see it. Bloody look at the guy. Do you know
Proud of it. Proud of it.
you can't miss it. But Alex, like, I've known Alex now for a long time, years, and he has always been so passionate about England. And he's always said he'll go back with the window seat one day if necessary. If
Yeah.
necessary, he'll go back on his with his window seat. But we just love this country. We love everything about its history. That even to this day, when I learn something new about English history and our people, I think, wow, what do I come from? Do you know, like how fortunate am I to be sat here today? How fortunate am I to have this history that, do you know, few other countries can claim? Like, do you know, we created the greatest, the largest empire the world has ever seen. Like, do you know, from this tiny little island, you know, I believe like over 90% of the world's greatest inventions, creations, and discoveries have been from, do you know, England and Britain. Like, we are an amazing people. And that needs to survive, because if we're replaced as a people, that genius is just eradicated. That genius is gone. And our people still have that. They do. Our people still have it. It just takes nationalism and loving your country, you know, to bring that out in people. Once our people are happy in their country and in their life, and they don't fear for their future and they don't fear for their existence, then that genius will come to the surface again. And when it does, the world best watch out, because the English are back then. And when the English are back, you know, everyone best hold their seats, because it's going to be
Absolutely.
brilliant. But I'm so happy to have All for England now, for nationalists, for patriots. I want us all to come together. I want us all to succeed. I want everyone to be a star in their own right, and I want everyone to turn their areas into nationalist strongholds, because together we're capable of so much, but individually, it doesn't work. Individualism isn't a strength.
No.
Collectivism is. When we come together, we're so powerful. We've got this shared ancestry, we've got this shared ethnicity, we've got this shared bond, that no one else can ever understand. We've got that, and we've got that blood, and we've got that connection. And it's about time we put our own people first, our own nation first, our own soil first, and we fight for what really matters: our children and England, the glorious England. That's what truly matters in this country. Like I said, allforengland.org. Go on it, sign up as a member, take part in our webinars, and you won't be disappointed. Any ongoing help you need after that, we are here. We are your guys. You can speak to me or Alex anytime you want, maybe just not very late at night, but you can speak to me and Alex anytime you want. And we will support you any way we can, because England must win. Absolutely.
Exactly. England must survive. 100%.
Absolutely.
I think that's everything we've got for you guys tonight. And like I said, usually our streams are a bit longer. It's actually a bit of a miracle that we've lasted this long. How's your internet coping, Ashley? Is it dying?
Weirdly enough, my internet stayed on the whole time. It's like divine intervention. But I think the devil tried to stop me in my tracks at 7:30 when it turned my internet off. And God now is helping me with my mobile data. So I do think it's a bit of divine intervention. I can't believe it's actually lasted. It's bizarre. And we've actually managed to be on stream for still, going on 50 minutes. So it's been quite well. And I've enjoyed the stream. And I know we got a bit off track towards the end, and I went into a speech mode like you do. But I want people to get to know us, and I'm hoping the people watching now are getting to know us. And you feel like, because I don't want us to be like these people that you can't reach or you can't touch or you can't hear. I want you to know who we are as people, because I don't put my faith or trust in people until I know them as people. I don't do that. I'm quite I have a lot of skepticism. Couldn't get my word out. I need to go to bed now. But I'm quite skeptical of people that that I don't really know. So we're hoping with these streams you get to know us a lot better. You get to know our passion for our country, and you see it and you feel it. And I hope that does resonate with people at home. I truly do. Because like I said, I want us all to survive, and I want us to come together. And I think this has been very positive for people to get to know us this evening.
Absolutely, yeah. It was good. It was good. It was definitely it was fun. I enjoyed it very much. This stream. Maybe we should speed run streams more.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe we should just stick with my mobile data in future. But I think it's been good, because obviously politics is very negative a lot of the time. We know that it's very negative, because all we're hearing is horrific stories, how people are being mistreated and so forth. So it's nice when we can enjoy it a little bit and enjoy these streams and enjoy, having an audience listening and getting to know people that way. And I do see the comments at the side, the comments you guys are putting in. We see them. Obviously, we can't respond to each one because we would be a bit distracted. But I do see them, and we truly, truly appreciate all of the support. It means
Absolutely.
a lot to us. And obviously, we are a new group. We've come from other groups, so we're not new in politics.
Yeah, it was our 1 month anniversary yesterday. 1 month anniversary since
1 month anniversary yesterday. But like I said, we've been in politics for years. It's just All for England's very new. So seeing the support in the comments, it means a lot to us. It really does. And it puts a big smile on my face, and I walk away from the stream very happy. So I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that's tuned in, everyone that's watched at home. If you're only just tuning in now, replay it, go back to the beginning, watch it again. But if you've watched this and you've enjoyed this, please share this on your social medias, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then you'll see all of our streams going forward. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m, we are live. And head to allforengland.org and join as a member.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I guess we'll see everybody on our next stream, Thursday at 8 p.m. we're going to go through this Farage stuff that obviously needs to be gone through. Blimey, I look forward to that. And we will be announcing our latest campaign. Hopefully, it will be officially launched at that point. So definitely not one to miss, guys. If Farage doesn't attract your interest, then this definitely will. Our new campaign.
Absolutely. Be there Thursday, 8 p.m. Tune in. Like I said, subscribe to our YouTube channel now so you don't miss it. It's going to be a good one. We've got very exciting campaign coming. Everything's in the works, and we're so excited to get cracking with it. So thank you again, guys. Head over to offengland.org. Join up as a member. If you can't join up as a member, feel free to donate or sign up for email updates, whatever you choose to do. We'll be happy to have you on board. But thank you all so much, and God bless you all, and God bless England.
Absolutely. Good night, everyone.
Good night.